All right, so we need to be straight with you. The Category Design Academy from Category Pirates is not for everybody. As a matter of fact, it's not for most people. It's for a very small number of people. And so most people who express interest, who even apply, don't ultimately end up doing it because most people are not in a position in their career where they want to take stock of their intellectual capital, their relationship capital, their reputation capital, and of course their financial capital to figure out what makes them different, to have a massive breakthrough in the difference that they can make. That's not something most people are working on. That's not. Most people aren't walking around going, how do I category design the market of the future and grow and dominate that market such that I earn 76% of the market category that I had to create myself? Most people are not walking around having that kind of thought pattern, having that discussion with their co-founders. So here's the truth. Most people in life are getting by, and it's great to get by. And listen, we understand sometimes life is very hard and we can barely get by. And so if that's where you're at, then that's where you're at. Category Design Academy is not for that. Category Design Academy is for people who have the radical idea that they can make a difference. See, being an entrepreneur, being a category designer, being a creator capitalist, being somebody who creates new and different value in the future in unexpected, incredibly powerful ways that solve meaningful problems and or create meaningful opportunities for others, that's a very unique person. That's not most people. And so that's who we're for. And the other thing that's cool is if you, like us, have that experience of maybe you grew up on the island of Misfit Toys, there's some people who find their place in the world, and God bless you if you're that person. And there's many of us who can't or don't find our place in the world, and we have to make our place in the world. And so the Category Design Academy is for people who want to be proactive in designing a breakthrough in their life and in their company such that they become the category designer of their own world and ultimately take home 76% of the economics by making a giant difference. That set of topics that I just went through there, that's not a normal thing for most people to talk about. And it's certainly not what's going on at most digital academies. There's another thing I want to tell you, and that is we've had a number of people over time join the Category Design Academy who are super consumers of digital courses. That is to say, they've taken lots of online courses. And they all say the same thing to us, which is there are a lot of digital courses that are a bait and switch bullshit where, you think you're going to get all the good stuff. And the reality is the gurus behind the course never actually show up, maybe past the first one or two meetings. They slough you off to underlings and whatever. And then the whole purpose of the course is to sell you the real course, which is 3 times the amount of what you thought was the real course. Just in case it isn't obvious, and hopefully it's very obvious, none of that bullshit happens in the academy. Zero, whatever the opposite of that is, that's what we are. The Category Design Academy is it. That's it. We're not selling anything else. It is our super ding dong program. It's all we've got. The other interesting thing that we've learned by talking to some of our supers who are supers of digital courses is they get the impression that the course providers are always trying to move to the next thing, move to the next thing, move to the next thing with you. And that's because those creators, those digital course providers, for them, the digital course is a means to an end. They're doing it for some other reason. Well, Walt Disney famously said, we don't make movies to make money. We make money so that we can make movies. For us at Category Pirates, this is the end. The purpose of Category Pirates is to do Category Pirates with you, is to work with people who want to category design the future in their companies, in their careers. That's the point. That's the end. And so I think this is really important to understand. For Eddie and I, who are more towards the end of our careers, this is the cherry on our sundae. Sometimes we'll do an AMA that goes over 2 hours, and people will say to me, why do you go so long? Because there's nothing more fun in my professional life than hanging out in the Category Design Academy and talking to people about all the legendary things they're doing. And so there are not enough ways for us to communicate how different the Academy is, how different the experience is, and most importantly, how materially different the outcomes people get from the Category Design Academy are. We have people who are PhDs who say they got more value out of the Academy than they did out of their PhD. And so if any of that sounds like you, we'd love to see you on the Category Design Academy.
I'll add a couple more things to what Christopher is saying here, is that there are a few types of folks that may not really jive in the Academy. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person or we're bad people. It's just a style and a preference type. One, if you are more reactive than proactive, you will feel frustrated because we will be pushing you in a way that maybe you don't want to be pushed. And so just know that about yourself. If you are somebody who is a little indecisive, kind of stuck on, ruminating about things versus actually willing to make the leap, then it's probably not the right time and you'll probably feel frustrated. Number two is, and this is really important, is that if you are somebody who is not comfortable building in public, may not be a good place for you. Sometimes people will come in thinking that it's a chance to get access to Christopher and or me and or Bree. And yes, it is that, but it's not a chance to get access to our time privately. And what do we mean by that? If you're in stealth mode, or if you like, oh, I have all this proprietary things, or you know what, I'm just not comfortable talking about some of my business issues in public with other people that I don't know. Totally respect that, understand it. We might differ on, if your strategy requires it to be a secret, may not be that different, but that's a whole nother story. But if you are not comfortable building in public, then this is not going to be a good experience for you. You're going to want our time. We are happy to give it, but we want to give it in a way that people can benefit broadly from it. So this is not a chance to email us directly and have a private conversation with that. If you want, post it on Mighty so that other people can see it and benefit and comment and weigh in on it. It is not going to be a chance to get one-on-one time where it's like, I just need to talk to you about this alone. We're going to talk about it as a group so that other people can benefit from it. So just want to be clear about that. If you are in stealth mode, private, uncomfortable building in public, or reactive, then it's not going to be a good experience for you. And we'd ask you to either not do it or wait until it is a good time.
Pirate ship. Arr.